You were given a rule book from the day you were born. A social contract. Be kind. Be stable. Be good. They told you this was the path. They told you this was the price of admission. They told you this was the path to a woman's heart. So let me ask you a question. How has that rule book worked for you so far? Today, we don't just tear out a page from that book. We burn it. Because the truth is, attraction is not written in the language of nice. It's written in the language of power. That language of power has a name. It's a code buried deep beneath centuries of social programming. To understand it, you must understand that there are not one, but two moralities that govern this world. First, there is master morality. This is the code of the strong. In the world of the master, good is not a synonym for nice. Good is the upward climb. It is strength, ambition, courage, the will to power made manifest. And bad? Bad is simply that which is weak, pitiful, and pathetic. It is the natural order. But the weak, simmering in resentment, could not compete on these terms. So they created a new weapon, a poison for the powerful. They called it slave morality. Born from envy, this code flips reality on its head. It takes the master's strength and calls it evil. It takes the master's pride and calls it sin. And then it takes its own weakness, its own submission, its own pity, and calls it good. Think about that for a second. This is the code that created the modern good man. An archetype designed to be safe, controllable, predictable, and harmless. And now you know why that man is fundamentally despised by raw, primal desire. You cannot build a temple of power on a foundation of weakness. But this isn't just a philosophical game. This moral code is powered by a biological engine that has been running for millennia. This moral code is not a choice. It is powered by a biological engine that has been running for millennia. It's a law etched into the deepest, oldest part of the female brain, a survival imperative called hypergamy. Defined in the simplest, most brutal terms, hypergamy is the instinctual drive for a woman to seek and secure the highest status man available to her. This isn't emotion, this isn't romance, it is a survival strategy. That feeling of chaos you've heard about, that intoxicating, unpredictable energy, that is the Dionysian impulse. And it is the raw, emotional response to the signal of a man's superior power and status. The traits of the master we spoke of, the unpredictability, the indifference, the dominant frame, these are the most powerful signals of this status. He is the storm, because his power is a force of nature. Hypergamy is the law of the jungle, and a woman's heart is the jungle. You can't negotiate with it, you can only become the apex predator. If you're starting to see the world differently, hit like. The re-education has just begun. So, you understand the moral code. You understand the biological engine. You see the matrix. Now, we move from theory to practice. This is where philosophy is hammered into flesh. This is not a list of tips. This is a code, a set of disciplines to build your life around. This is the core of the value add. The first is Discipline 1, the sovereignty of the mission. Your purpose is your God. Everything and everyone else is secondary. It's not a hobby. It's the war you are waging on the world. This mission is the source of your frame. It is the unshakable center of your gravity. It is the reason you get up in the morning, and the reason you can walk away from anything or anyone that threatens it. Next, Discipline 2, the Forging of Indifference. Listen closely. True indifference isn't an act you perform. It's the natural result of being consumed by your mission. It is not coldness, it is focus. And it is forged in the fire of self-imposed hardship, in the gym when your muscles scream, in your business when you face failure, in the quiet moments of facing your fears alone. It is the calm that comes from knowing you have already survived the storms inside yourself. And that brings us to the third discipline. Mastering the first two builds your internal power. But the third is how you project it. Pay close attention here. Discipline 3, the Weapon of Unpredictability. This is not about being random. It's about being strategic. It is the masterful ability to create intense pressure and then suddenly release it. It is demonstrating, without a single word, that you are the one who sets the emotional rhythm, not her. When she expects you to move left, you move right. When she expects you to lean in, you lean back. You are not the player reacting to the board. You are the board. You've unmasked the code. You understand the engine. And now you have the disciplines. But this knowledge comes with a warning. This isn't about self-help. It's about self-creation. And this path is not easy. It will cost you the approval of the weak. It requires sacrifice. It is a path often walked alone. The man you are now is just the raw material. The powerful man you are to become, the man you were meant to be, must be forged in the fires of these disciplines. This is the final command of the philosopher, to become who you are, which is a deliberate act of burning away weakness to reveal the core of power within. So, the choice is yours. Remain a character in someone else's story, governed by their rules, or become the author of your own reality. Society wants to make you a safe tool. The mission is to forge yourself into a dangerous weapon. The knowledge is now yours, but knowledge without action is cowardice. Your initiation begins now. If you are ready to forge yourself, type "I am the storm" in the comments below. Subscribe. The war for your own soul has just begun.